Alright. We're gonna do some exhaust on the Volvo. And this inconsiderate neighbor keeps leaf blowing. Can you believe that?
Yeah, you should call the cops on him.
I might. Or I could just start up something that's louder. Alright, so before we get started on this, we gotta have Ross here, so let's get Ross here now.
So.
Alright, so I had a local exhaust shop bend me this 3-inch 90, and it happens to be the exact same size as the pipe that's on the car currently, so we gotta go to O'Reilly and find something to couple them with. I want to put something on the inside so I can weld the outside. People want to know where your Volvo's been, and where you've been.
Well, he's been working like...
Been working. You guys always do things on the nights I work, so... My Volvo's on jack stands in my garage. I worked on it a little bit today.
As it has been for like 7 months now.
No. July 4th. No. June 4th. God damn.
Yeah.
So not that...
I hadn't even... I guess I probably had have owned it a little over 6 months at that point.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because we got it...
November.
Right before Thanksgiving, yeah. Or right after? Were we there on Black Friday?
No.
I don't remember when we went.
I don't know either.
I'll look at the video we posted with more skids the first time, and then that'll answer the question.
But anyways.
For those who haven't seen that video, go watch the video we made with more skids.
Every time I think I have all the parts, I need some more parts. And so then I finally thought I had all the parts today. So I went and worked on it. And I swapped over to the shifter stuff and ran into some issues with that. So I got a fat stack of washers. Gonna make some adjustments.
Good.
And then the bell housing, there's a bearing around the input shaft that sticks out. And I don't know how to... I'll have to read in the book and see if I can figure out how to adjust it or like move it in. But the bell housing won't go on. Yeah, there's a good like half-inch gap between the bell housing and the transmission.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. You want to explain why it happened, you figured out?
Oh yeah, I figured it out. 5th gear locked up. So I went to go put it into 5th gear. The gear just didn't spin. I don't know what happened, but I looked at, we split the old transmission, we like split the transmission case. And I looked in the back of it and there was just a whole synchro ground up in the very end of it.
It's pretty sick. Neat feature.
How much fluid? Well, I mean, it all leaked out, but it could have been low fluid in there.
Maybe.
There's sure a lot of it all over my car.
And all over this freeway.
Yeah.
For like a mile and a half.
Yeah, there's a big old thick line you can follow.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
When you called me, you're like, yeah, the Volvo's broken. You're like, just follow the transmission fluid line. And I started seeing it. I was like, there's no way that's it, because I could see his car, and sure enough, like probably at least a mile.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was waiting on a shifter. I was trying to find a shifter on turbo brakes that had the mount around the ball of the shifter where you put the reverse lockout plate. Nobody had one. So I got tired of looking and I just cut it off of the other transmission. And it worked. Thankfully the things were the same size and fit into my cage. Well, actually it was a little big, so I ground it down and it was too small and it just spun in there. So then me and Austin did some dissecting and managed to get the shifter out without destroying all of the stuff that seats that properly so it doesn't wiggle around on that little ball. So we got that all back together, put it all back together, and here I am.
Still with no working Volvo.
Yep. Pissed. So if any of you have an M46 out of a 740, hit me up.
It's because this one runs. If I blow this engine or something, your car will just like, you'll put it all together and it'll be fine.
Right.
And then once this is fixed again, nope, you're done.
Our cars have ran together for probably like a total of a week and a half.
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like together, both of them running at the same time over the course of the past year that we've owned them. This had to have been probably like a week and a half at most.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Alright, well, Ross and I are going to go to O'Reilly. Should we take the Cuck or should we take the Miata?
No.
What you got, Ross?
I went the cheap route and got an Airtex pump.
Just like your boy. They go hard, dude.
Good look stuff.
Except for there's a slight issue because I already opened this not realizing what it was because it came really fast. It's the one with the plug. Which we can make work if we find the plug.
It doesn't come with a plug?
No, because it's a Mustang pump. It's not like a universal thing.
What size is this?
It just happens to be universally fitted to drop into Volvos.
Is it the right size that we need?
Yeah, no, it's the right pump. There's two versions of it. One with that plug, and then one with the spade ends that slide over. This one's actually for a Mustang, and then the one with the spade ends is for like the V10 and the Excursion. That's the one I got. But I'm sure we could find a pigtail for it.
Also, fun fact, Volvo bell housing bolts work for Skyline starters.
Yeah.
In case you ever need that.
I haven't opened that either, but I know what's in this one, and it's similar but more exciting. Because that one in there is a 263 liter per hour pump. But what's this one, Ross? That, boys and girls, is a Walbro 450 liter per hour in-tank pump.
It's going on a Volvo.
So I'm not at all used to V8 parts coming to my house.
Good God.
Yeah, so I was like, what the hell is this? What did I order that's this big? And it's Ross's water pump for the 5.3.
I feel like this is a little massive. A little bigger than what came off the truck.
Yeah, dude, I was like, what is going on? What am I looking at? And then I was like, oh my god, this is a water pump.
This is the water pump for the 5.3 that's in the Volvo. Because Charles said that the one that he pulled off the truck was bad.
The miraculous part about American parts is a Honda water pump, which is like a quarter this size, is like $90. But this one was, what, 50?
Yeah, something like that. It goes something like that.
It's just friction driven?
No, there's a belt that goes on it.
Well, yeah, but it's like...
No, it's a serpentine belt that just literally rides on top of that.
Yes.
Yeah, so friction.
Friction driven.
Yes. I don't know what you're...
Also, Ross is scared of all things electronic, so you want to say what transmission you bought?
Oh yeah, a TH400.
Why was it $800, Ross?
Because it's fully built.
And what engine was it on?
Well, on two engines, but the first one was a blown 454 with a 200 shot of nitrous. I think it might hold up to like 200 horsepower.
280.
You're right. No.
I don't know, that's pretty close to 1200.
You're right. There's just a one missing in it.
Yeah.
So.
And here you go, here's your last present.
What's
They're not really
one?
presents, I guess. You paid for them, but...
What is it, though? I don't remember what this is for.
You'll be surprised then.
They're Go Fast stickers.
Alright, try and think as you're opening it, but don't slow down. Try and remember.
Plus 10 horsepower stickers.
50 of them. Oh, cut towards your friends, Ross, not yourself. Yeah, there we go. Right towards me.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't ever going to guess it. I forgot.
The little adapter thing you need
So you
to
need this
put...
adapter to make a TH400 work on a modern 5.3.
Or LS1, because they're so similar.
Yeah, or something.
Just calling it an LS works fine, you whiny babies. LS based GM small block. Alright, so they didn't have anything to go on the inside, so I bought this coupler that's going on the outside, and we're just going to chop this here and use it as a little sleeve. Put it together, measure where it needs to go. Colorado Kool-Aid. And then weld it up. Or we got that mad Jeep flex going in the back. Car's on a jack stand. And we're gonna cut that real quick and then go under there, get some Sharpie markings. Actually, I might tack that onto the 90 first and then angle it where I want it. Got the trusty Lincoln Handy MIG running flux core because I'm too broke to buy shielding gas. And yeah, shout out ASCdeals.com. Free shipping, dude.
You got the dikes?
That's the best I got for my limited welding experience. Hopefully I can keep it looking somewhat like that the whole way around. Alright, so there's lots of little burrs inside here from being cut, and Same goes for the outside of the pipe under the car. So I'm gonna use the Dremel with a sanding drum on it, clean those up. So that's a little close to that, I guess that's a control arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Control arm.
It's a little close to that, so we're gonna lower it and see if it touches it. It's like half an inch off the ground, but... Alright, well the bad news is the flexi pipe is really stuck on the down pipe. The good news is it's flexi pipe, so I just pulled it out away from the car and I'm just gonna weld it with that sitting on the car.
I just think we should just take the 90 off, send it that way.
Drift and lift style?
Yeah.
I might, but I don't have the patience right now to try and figure out how to make the pipe stay up.
You have a drill? Zip tie?
Zip ties, yes. That worked well on the Honda. But we'll do it later, Ross.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
We'll do it later.
But this
He said we're gonna do it later.
This looks slightly more respectable to emissions people, I would think. I don't really care. They can test my car. I mean, you can see where things were going okay. Like if someone who was good at welding was using it, that would probably look good. And then now it's sputtering a lot and I haven't changed any settings. Haven't moved the ground. I don't know. The less exhaust makes it to the end of the tailpipe, the better my chances are of passing. So exhaust leaks are the way to pass emissions, guys. You heard it here first. So I'm gonna finish welding this up as best I can and we'll see what happens. Alright, well, as you guys know, the exhaust was held on with a hose clamp, but the hose clamp wasn't big enough. So we put a hose clamp on that hose clamp and it was too big. So then I bundled those hose clamps up and held them together with a hose clamp. And here's what we have now. But the exhaust is not touching and it's pretty close to that whatever it is, control arm or whatever. So hopefully it won't drag on the ground. Drift car starter kit. Hose clamps and zip ties. Actually, I should make a shirt, dude. Alright, we got my hood bolted back up and like, there's a slight dilemma. But it's fine.
It'll work.
A little bit of a panel gap, but it's not that bad.
I mean, you can barely see it.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's it?
See, it's way quieter. I didn't know that light still worked. It's just not covered.
Oh.
Bro, go press the brake real quick. Dude, that's fully compliant. That is a legal car to drive on the streets.
How is that working now?
Yeah, it didn't before. All I had to do was hit 2 walls. So, I don't know if you can hear that. It's definitely dragging on the ground.
That is so loud. That turbo
now that
bark.
there's no exhaust right underneath you.
That turbo bark is so loud.
Just real quick, just to test, make sure it still does burnouts. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
It seems to, yeah. Alright guys, well that's gonna do it for this video. Ross is gonna take off, Brock's in the video, unlike usual. And yeah, exhaust is on the Volvo. Mostly, yeah. So I gotta maybe try and raise the 90 up a little bit more because it is dragging a lot with people in it. I went around the block by myself and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad at all, actually. Like, it just tapped when I went over the dip. But just raise it up a little bit more for peace of mind, and then we'll go tackle the emissions test and see how badly that thing fails. To be fair, though, it really only smells super rich when you're in boost, because it is super rich when you're in boost.
Right.
But when it's just idling and probably 2,500 RPM, it'll be okay.
Well, I mean, the 2,500 RPM is not under load, so you're not even going to be close to boost.
Yeah, no, it won't be spooling like anything positive. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, give us a big thumbs up, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.